I'm on the moon. It's made of cheese. Bomb has been planted.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you're from in this beautiful world? Welcome to another Beer and Cheese Tuesday episode where we try out some beer and cheese and see if it works. Today I've got one person with me. Well, happy Valentine's Day, first of all, to everyone. We got Bumpy Road Brews. Cheers, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, man. And Beer Man here. And we already got a great chat. We got Cheryl in the house saying happy Valentine's Day. Heck yeah. We got Sam Smalley. Cheers, man. We got Angie. Cheers to you as well. All right. So let's go ahead and let's start this off. See what you got. And might be a fast one.
Yeah. So this cheese I may have had before, especially when I took it out of the package and I smelt it. From Stella. It's a Wisconsin, out of Wisconsin anyways. It's Wisconsin cheese. This is Italian sharp cheese. It's aged for 2 months. Comes in like a pizza wedge shape. And it's kind of dry and crumbly as cutting it, but it does cut pretty easily. Extreme, like, footy odors, toe jam-esque. Very sharp. There's a bit of that kind of milkiness too, kind of almost like a spoiled milk smell. The beer that I'm going to pair this with actually was gifted to me from East Coast LQ Reviews from Tanner. So cheers to Tanner. You're having a good Valentine's Day. This comes from a collaboration between Proclamation and Graft. I'm not sure what Graft is out of. But this is called Fooder Forces. It's got those little rock'em sock'em robot type thing going on. It says the Battle of Wild Cultures, adult supervision required. It's an oak-aged ale with Balaton cherries, juniper berries, lime leaves, and orange pale. Comes in at 7% ABV. And there is no canned on date, but should be fine. Oh, I guess Graft is a cider house. So they're using mixed cultures from Graft Cider House. This pours a berry-esque coloration. It's a nice red and kind of slight pink purple coloration. The head on it is fairly tight. It is a little bit off-white, kind of picks up a little bit of that kind of red color, just slightly, giving it a slight pink hue. And beer itself, you cannot see through. It is opaque. And it just looks like a giant berry for the most part.
Looks good.
Oh boy. Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy. Thank you, man. All right. And cheers to Jules that just popped in. Cheers to you. And Tommy. All right. Thanks, Bumpy. Okay. Got one from Murray's again. This is a smoked cheddar cheese. I think I've had it before. I might have not, though. I think I might have had their sharp one or something and a medium one. This is really stinky. It's what it looks like. Got a nice rind on the edge there to show you. And it's more of a softer cheese, like a breakable kind of bend to break kind of. So it's kind of nice. Almost like a medium cheese or something. I don't know if it's cured or not, but probably is. I'm sure it is, but smoked. Something. I don't know. All right, and then the beer I have today is a collaboration beer with Fort George and Ecliptic Fort George is out of Astoria over the bridge, and then Ecliptic is in Portland, Oregon. And it's a black cold IPA. I've seen black IPAs and had Cascadians, but I've never had a cold one before, which is like more of a lagerized kind of version of this. And it's clocking in at 7%. And it looks like they made it at Ecliptic because it's saying that's the address of where they had it. So that must be they must have made it there. But yeah. So let's open it up. It's got no date. I can't read it. So good luck. Nice light brown. Looks like a brown ale kind of. Darker in the bulbous part. It starts to get darker and blacker. But yeah, more of a medium dark brown, Tootsie Roll brown chocolate looking beer. Finger head of my index finger, off white, kind of almost tan. But yeah, it smells really good and hoppy. Actually, it's nice and fresh. So that's a good thing. Cool. All right, let's get back to Bumpy and see what he's got for us.
Yeah.
It's gonna work.
Damn. All right. So I took a couple bites of this cheese. So I told you it smells footy. It smells toe jammy. It's got some like raw milk, rotten milk, sour milk thing going, whatever. Yeah. You eat it.
Cheesers.
Very dry. You get the little flavor crunches. It's got the crystals in it. This is so funky foul. It is athlete's foot, sweaty gym sock, toe jam. Just grr. I don't know how else to explain it. It is just, it's to the point of being foul.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a deep cheese. Wow. It's the flavor of rot. It's yeah. That is one hard cheese for me to get through. I'm sure people out there would really, really, really love this one though. It's full of in-depth flavor. All right, so we got to that cheese there. Good Lord. Whew. That is sharp. I mean, for only 2 months, I mean, if there was cheddars that could get like as super funk without going like total toe jam like this thing is, damn. In only 2 months, you know. Imagine one of these things if they're aged for like 5 years. Woo. All right, the beer. It got that kind of almost, you know, like after you may have like vomited, you have that kind of lingering after kind of tang, whatever thing in your throat, that acidity. That's kind of what this cheese is leaving, and a remnants on my palate. Yummy. All right, let's get some aromas out of this beer. Yeah, it's very berry forward. You get a lot of that kind of wild yeast. There's a tang to it. It's kind of got like this apple and berry, juniper berry type thing going. It does have juniper berries in it. I guess, yeah, cherries are in there as well, but to me, it smells more on the berry side. The orange peel, I'm not really getting. You're also talking about lime leaves, maybe on the palate, but not really able to pick that up on the nostrils. All right, cheers.
I was muted. Cheers.
Oh, yeah. The first thing is that foeder aging, that wood. I do get this woodiness. It's pretty tart. It's just it kind of takes a lot of the saliva right out of your mouth, dries your palate off a lot, which is nice because it's cutting through that funky foot of the cheese. Yeah, you get a bit of that kind of like there's like a berry after flavor, the cherry note. It's like a medium body, lower side, fine bubble carbonation. Extremely drying, extremely drying. Yeah, cherry, elderberry, or juniper berry, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, I still can't pick up on like lime leaves or anything really citrus. I mean, the only thing that's kind of citrusy is there is kind of this that almost acidic thing on the tail end. It is made with wild cultures, so it is a wild ale, I would say.
I was gonna ask you. I forgot what you said.
7% ABV. I mean, can't really pick out the alcohol, but yeah, this one has a bite to it. So quite nice. Let's I'm gonna drink the beer first and then eat the cheese because I already know. I think the better way to do it is to eat the cheese first.
Go for it.
All right. So you go from having all this like wild, like cherry berry acidicness to putting a dirty gym sock so foul in your mouth, and then you get that kind of throw up kind of vibe from the after flavors of the cheese too. And then you have that acidicness kind of in your throat. So it's just, all right. It just adds to the effect. Oh boy.
Oh.
I think I'm going to cry. These are two very flavorful products. They both kind of hit within some type of the bodily function of bile. All right. I got a little tear coming down my cheek. Okay.
I'll get you some tissues.
God damn. Here we go.
Cheers again. Again.
So yeah, trying to wash this down with a beer. It kind of almost has like a blue cheese effect. I still got some of that footiness from the cheese still left over. The acidicness, and some of the berry notes are kind of. I mean, the acidicness is there from the beer. The cherry notes are kind of dulled down a little bit, along with the juniper berry lingering. This cheese is strong. This cheese is very strong. Oh fuck yeah! All right, that's all I got.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Bumpy man. Cheers.
Cheers.
Shake it off. All right. Man, that sounded like a crazy one. Seriously. Cheers to the chat, man. Thanks for being here and showing your support. Appreciate you so much. It's been good. All right, let me drink some water real quick because I was drinking a Westie before this. All right, so let's go with the beer first. See if I can twirl it a little bit. This is a collab. I didn't just for those coming in between Fort George and Ecliptic Brewing. It's a cold black IPA. It's 7%. No date, but it smells really hoppy. In the nose. Whoa. What is that tree? That eucalyptus. It smells like eucalyptus. Eucalyptus and citrus mixed. Kind of woody. Grapefruit, maybe some lime and lemon. Oh wow, that's crazy smelling. Let's go in the can. Hoppy as hell. It's very danky hoppy. Got a very big West Coast approach. I mean, it's two West Coast breweries doing it up, so I would assume it's going to be that way. What else is in there, though? It's mainly citrusy, a little piney in the tail end there. A little grapefruit, your common things. Malty. It got in my nose. I'm getting a bit of a bready, malty kind of caramel thing going on. Nothing from the dark malts. Probably use like Carafa or something like that, which don't really put off a whole lot of aromatics, I don't think. Look for coloring, but yeah, nice looking head though. It's got retention. Yeah. Let's start over. Nice looking beer. It looks good. It's got great retention. It's kind of holding the rim there. I know if I swirled this up again, it would give me a nice finger again. It's leaving some lacing already, kind of starting to kind of stagger around the glass. Wow, that's really caramely in my nose. Wow, ready. Off-white, tan, khaki kind of head. Black, opaque, can't see through it. Looks black, more of a Tootsie Roll, dark brown, somewhat kind of in that thing range or whatever. Let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers.
I haven't had one of these in a while. This is so good. Hold on, I'm gonna cough. I went down the wrong fucking windpipe. It's so good. Piney, even a little orange coming through. Grapefruit's in there, pine in the finish. But let's get the body and the mouthfeel over with first. Mouthfeel is a little bit on the zesty level, citrusy zest, kind of spritty kind of thing. It's not soft by no means. It's a little more hard watery, mineral-like. The body is definitely a medium body. It just goes through your mouth so nice. It's got a nice wetness to it in the beginning approach with a nice hop dank, rich like lupulin kind of thing. The pollens from the hops. You're getting that big citrus bite, big time, and that woody thing I was getting. I was saying eucalyptus, which it's kind of more on the aromatics. Flavors are a little more just kind of a wood, pine wood, or some kind of thing going on like that. There's no alcohol in the finish whatsoever. The flavors are absolutely wonderful going through the mouth. Very nice, flavorful beer. The darkness does not give me anything. It's just a color, more or less. But I do definitely get a bready, slightly caramel, maybe some caramel malts in there or something like that. But yeah, it's a little slight sweetness from that. But a nice dry, somewhat wet dry kind of finish. But very, very nice. Very nice. For a collab, man. Collabs are. I think it was you that were saying, yeah, collabs are getting better in a comment or something. They are too. They're getting a lot. They're getting a little better. I think the ones I've tried have. Some of them are hit and miss, I guess, but this one's not bad. It's two companies though that produce very good beer, so that always helps. All right, so going into the cheese, this is a smoked cheddar cheese. And so the rind, you can see the difference in the color there. Rind is a lot smokier on the outside, of course, more and smoky on the inside. It's gone through quite well. It's got a nice, like a hickory smoke. I think I want to say like a hickory or something. It almost smells like Pepperidge Farm cheese, like their smoked cheeses and stuff. Kind of you always get those gift packs with the cheeses in them. They got like a smoked one in there, and it smells kind of like that. Let's go into the breakability of it. See how well it breaks. Yeah, so it's kind of a bendy to a break. It's not. It's a cleaner cheese. It's not chunky and dry. It's very wet. It's a bit wetter, more oily. But yeah, let's try it. Cheesers.
Cheesers.
Yeah, soft and dry. That rine's really nice with that smoke. It's a nice hickory smoke for sure. It's kind of like a harder lining that you have to chew, but that it really provides a lot of stinky smoke into the cheese when you chew it in, the rind into the cheese. It's more of a medium cheddar, medium sharp kind of. Yeah, milky, salty, cheddary, and then smoky. That is so good. That's a good cheese. I have not had this. I can't remember it. All right, so let's have a little more. Get a little rind in there. Yep. It's really mushy on the mouth. It's hard. Like you want something to take it down. It's like toothpaste. God damn, man. This ought to take about 10 minutes. Oh, man. The bready, the sweet, the caramels, the sweet bready kind of thing, and then the danky hops. Really dig into that smoky. The smoke goes really well with that. And then the cheddar, of course, goes well with IPAs in general. But it's more of like a thirst quencher. It's super quaffable. It's like together, and the beer itself is very quaffable. But like drinking it together with the cheese, it's super nice. It really just goes down very nice and easy. Really a fun one to drink. It's got um, that salty is invited in with the sweetness of the beer, and then the dank and the hops of the beer, the hoppiness, the westy kind of thing coming out of this beer really works well with the smoked and that salt. It's really nice. I'd like to have some pretzels now and some crackers, maybe some olives, some green olives with garlic. That would be so good with this. Oh my God. Let's do beer before cheese.
Beezers.
Mm. Eat a little less. Cheers, Blue. Blue Ice. Nope, I like the cheese before beer because you want to drink that beer to get rid of that pastiness of the cheese. So it does take a little bit of the smoke out, though. When you do the beer before the cheese, a little of the smoke kind of comes out, and you get more of that like medium cheddar saltiness, cheddar cheesy. So that's interesting. But I like the cheese before the beer for sure. Excuse me. All right, so that's all I got. So let's get back to our last thoughts. Get back to Bumpy for his last thoughts, and see what he's thinking. Cheers.
Let's start with a beer because at least I can be straightforward with the beer. I like this beer. It's a good beer. I think they did a really good job. You can pick up that oak aged foeder. You can pick out most of what's added into the beer. You get the wild culture as well. It really gives off that wild ale flavor. 7%, a decent ABV for a beer like this as well. And it drinks nice. I mean, yeah, I'd like to have a little bit more of that kind of orange peel and stuff coming through. Maybe a little bit more lime. I do like lime a lot in certain beers when I pick it out. I think it's a nice zest to some brews. But overall, I think it's pretty darn good. I'm going to end up scoring the beer a 44 out of 50. I was going to put it as very good.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was the simple thing. Now with cheese, it's not a cheese that, like I said, I may have bought this before and just forgot about it, but I got to remember not to buy this cheese again. It's not a cheese. It's not a cheese for me. So that's where like scoring it kind of becomes difficult because it is very aromatic. It is full of flavor, and I think it's flavors that some people really, really dig. It's got that kind of maggot cheese thing, those cheeses that have the maggots that kind of crawl around and eat and puke them up. It's got that kind of thing that some people find as a delicacy. It's just got this. It's really vile, but extremely flavorful, especially for a 2-month age. So it's kind of like where I am. It's edible. I did eat a few slices of it. I finally had to stop. There are some cheeses I've had that I just couldn't. I like put it in my mouth and was like, no freaking way. Yeah, I think if you're like really big in the Swiss cheeses and blue cheeses and stuff like that, I think that this Italian sharp cheese is something that might be kind of somewhere where you can kind of go. More like me, where you're like, I really like cheddars and Goudas and kind of the sweeter side, the kind of farmhousey, but not bile and footy. I'm not a big stinky cheese person, I guess. I think that you could really find this to be a delicacy of a cheese. So for my own personal, I'd score it like a 35 out of 50. But I think for what the cheese is, I'd probably put it up there in like the 43 range out of 50. So I think it's probably very good for the cheese that it is, but it's not something that I enjoy. So
right on.
Yeah, it's not bland. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were what I'm paying attention to the chat. So did your mix did the blend go well overall? I mean, was it you were
okay? So this beer gives off that it gives you that acidity thing, right? You get that kind of burn in the throat because it's wild, it's and it's acidic.
Right.
The cheese actually tastes like vomit. So you kind of mix the two together. Yeah, they go together to make you feel like you just vomited.
Gotcha.
You get the feel, you get that burny feel in your throat, and you get the flavor in on your palate. So I guess that they do work well together because they are contributing to like a real world effect of I just vomited.
Yeah, double vomit. Oh, that's great.
And I mean you have to really enjoy the flavor of this cheese. I think if you like the flavor of the cheese, I think that the beer and the cheese went well together because the cheese is so powerful, but it does take away from a little bit of the berry, the juniper berry and the cherry, but you still get like little remnants of it. So, but you're still left with a lot of the funkiness of this cheese. Footiness. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Some people are into that. I don't know.
I honestly might like it, to be honest. But yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the beer scored very well too. I mean, both of them kind of did. But
yeah.
Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks, Bumpy. All right, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. All right. Well, the beer. We'll start with the beer. The beer. A very good collaboration of Cold Black IPA, lagerized black IPA. Let's say. I thought it was great. It was very hoppy. It was very resinousy, danky, piney. All the things you would get in a West Coast And it was very citrusy. It was very, let's say, quaffable again. It was drinkable. It was nice to drink. It felt good all the way down to the end. Had the perfect dryness, the perfect body, the perfect mouthfeel. Honestly, I'm gonna give it a 95 out of 100, man. I thought it was delicious. I mean, why not? So, two very good companies, and they did a good job collaborating on that. So, um, yeah, and then the cheese it was a smoked cheddar cheese, more of a smoked medium cheddar, hickory smoked, more or less. I think tasted like hickory, and very good cheese. It was very chewy and pasty. It was making me want to have more beer or a beer to wash it down. And what better than to have this IPA, a black IPA at that, take it down. So, very good cheese, salty, cheddary, and smoky. It was beautiful.
Hmm.
So Murray's cheese did well with this one. Where are they at, real quick? Let me see. We got some time. They're at a Greenwich Village, New York. Okay, I never knew that. So good stuff. Give it like a nine. I'll go another 95 on that one. And overall, was very good together. You wanted to have this beer to knock down that pastiness of the cheese because it kind of stuck on your mouth like peanut butter. It was just, and then that it wasn't that I didn't like. I didn't want to take it down, but it's just the pastiness, you know. It was actually a good cheese, and I wanted to keep it in my mouth. I thought it was great. It'd be great up with some crackers or whatever the fuck. But this beer went really well with it. It was thirst quenching. It kind of took away all that pastiness and let everything ride well. So I definitely give this like a 97 out of 100 on the like almost world class pairing. So good stuff there. Oh yeah. Let's go to our screen. I don't have to do shit. Look at that.
Yeah.
Smooth.
I want to just read because I just put in what does Italian sharp cheese taste like? Italian that says Italian sharp provolone is aged for over 8 months. I don't think this is provolone. Stella Italian sharp cheese. Let's see if they give tasting notes in this thing. This creamy cheese adds delightful Italian flavor to a wide variety of savory sandwiches and snacks and can be served with almonds and peach slices as well. Pasta. Yeah, I could see it going in like a pasta with like a uh one of those what are they, Russian cream sauces?
I have no idea.
Because sometimes that gives you a little vomity feel too.
Russian
Um,
cream sauce. What is that? I
so
gotta
yeah,
look that up.
they don't tell me what it tastes like though. That sucks. Whatever. I wanted to know what they because I had that other cheese before, the Wildebeest, um, which was that was horrible. And I was reading the tasting notes on that, and people were like, "Oh, it tastes like beef stew and onions and celery." And it's like, fuck you, it does. It tastes like puke and butts. It was just horrible. So yeah, I just wanted to see what people would say. They're probably like, "Oh, it's nutty and delicious and buttery." But anyway, promos Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We got New Brew on my channel. That's a show we bring a beer that you've never had before. 3-part show, beer review, general chit chat called the Free for All, and then question and answer time for the panel. So hopefully somebody will come up with a question for the panel members to answer. I just want to throw out there that coming up in March, the Monday prior to St. Patrick's Day, which I think we figured out would be March 14th, it's going to be a new brew, but bring something that's kind of related to St. Patrick's Day or Ireland at least. So either a beer that's themed that way that you've never had before, or a style that goes along with St. Patrick's Day. So like an Irish red or an Irish stout something like that along those lines. And just make it a beer that you've never had before. It doesn't have to be a style you've never had, just a beer from that style that you've never had before. And then other than that, I'll just do a shout out to Tanner from East Coast LQ Reviews, because he did gift me this beer. So check his channel out. He does a lot of beer reviews now, but he also does his liquor reviews. He's big on whiskey and bourbon. So just check him out. It is East Coast LQ Reviews. Cheers. I want to thank Tanner for providing me with this beer as well.
Nice. Awesome. That sounds great. Cool. Well, thank you, Bumpy. I threw the link out there for after party if anyone wants to hang out and have a chat and a beer or two, 3 or 4 or 5. Yeah, so for me, other than Beer and Cheese Tuesday again next week, tomorrow will be our 4th show of Styles Gone Wild. We'll have 2 wheels. One wheel will be a beer style. The second wheel will be a spin of an adjective that we'll throw in front of that style to kind of give us some kind of wild, weird way of making a certain style. Total. It could be on point or it could not be. So 6 o'clock Eastern for that, 3 o'clock my time Pacific. And we'll go over a recipe afterwards with Beersmith and kind of figure out how we can make this beer work. And hopefully one day I'll be able to, or someone else as well, will be able to brew it up and see how it goes. Yeah, just a fun time. And then I'm brewing Thursday morning. So I'm going to try and get everything Wednesday morning this time so I can not be so fucking late on Thursday. But I'm going to brew a rye IPA. Yeah, it's the first rye IPA that I'll ever do. So we'll see how that works. The other 2 beers are going real well right now. So I'm waiting I got to put this one into a corny keg. It tastes weird. It's a weird tasting porter, robust porter. But all right. 2 people I want to shout out. Thomas Metal 75, Wildcard Wednesday on Wednesday, right after my show on Wednesday. We'll go 4:30, 7:30, excuse me, your time, Eastern, for Wildcard Wednesday, as well as Rontario's also goes Wednesdays about the same time. Last Beer, Josh, does beer bowl discussions. I think Saturdays or Sundays. I thought it was Sunday. I think it's Sundays.
Sunday.
But yeah, Sunday. And it's usually around 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 mine. So yeah, I mean, there's so many other people we could shout out, but I'm gonna stop right there. But it's been a real. We've stretched this out to 38 minutes. That's awesome. So I'm glad to have Bumpy up here with me. Thank you so much. You're always a great supporter. Always being here for everyone. So it's good. So thank you, Bumpy Road Brews. Of course, if you haven't subscribed to him, please do, and watch his videos. Has some great 50-point inspections. You were doing your beer and cheese thing. You should do that again. I want to see.
Yeah, I actually have one I have to edit coming
cool.
right up. I'm definitely not doing it with this cheese.
Oh,
I have some other cheeses in the fridge I got to get to. There was one I was going to do because I liked it. It was a pretty good cheese, but I didn't put it. I figured it would be okay just putting it back in the wrapper. And then I checked it. I checked it like a few days later, and it had become solid. It all just dried right out. I was like, shit.
Oh no!
So I threw that out. But I got a couple other ones that are in there that are in a Ziploc baggie, so they should hopefully have held up. But yeah, this cheese is going in the trash.
Oh no! It wouldn't even be good on like Caesar salad or something like that, or
it could, yeah, in small quantities mixed with other things. It's one of those cheeses. I think that's why they recommend eating it with other things. They don't just say, "Hey, eat this cheese by itself."
or on pizza.
It's a potent cheese.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit. Like I said, in some type of a sauce. It's a Russian. There's a Russian cream sauce. I don't know what it is.
Let's see it. What
Yeah,
was it? What did I post about that? It's
vodka, Russia, the vodka sauce. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. The vodka sauces.
oh, okay.
It's kind of they got that orangey pinkish hue to it.
Huh. I've
It's like a
never
cheese
even
sauce
like,
with vodka
wow.
and
Okay.
tomato. It's got like tomatoes and stuff in it. Yeah,
Huh.
it,
All
it
right.
it'd go well with something like that in small quantity. I wouldn't like go
Small. Yeah.
overboard with it, but
Just a pinch of nasty.
yeah, yeah, like Swiss cheese. It's like I don't really like to sit there and just eat Swiss, but you put that on a chicken burger, a chicken patty,
Oh yeah.
chicken, lettuce, tomato with some nice slice of Swiss. It's wonderful
Mhm.
because you just get a little bit of that kind of bite. That
Something to off center it
yeah,
a bit. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Nice, man. Well, cool. Yeah, we had a great chat over on the side here too. Whiskey Scout, man. Cheers, Robert, man. Luke John, Jamie C. Um, we had Andy TV. Cheers to you. Angie was in the house. Cheers, Angie's journey. And we had Blue Ice, Bourbon Bounty, Tommy Carroll. We had John Pierre and Sam Smalley. Boy, miscellaneous brew reviews. Oh boy, and I'm trying to. We had Jules, Home and Earth with Jules,
yeah.
Drunken One, Cheryl. Cool. We had a great
Robert.
a great turnout here. So
And whiskey scout. It's so bad that my dogs didn't even come out and bother me for the cheese. They probably just thought somebody farted and they stayed away.
they did not. Oh man. All right. Yeah, they're like, ew, dude. There was a thing my wife showed me yesterday on Instagram or Facebook. It was one of those shorts they put up and a reel, and it had a little what do you call those little fucking dogs? Uh, the little tiny bulldogs. Um, they're not bulldogs. They're not bull. Fuck, what Frenchies? A little
Okay.
Frenchie going into the cat house, and there was a cat in there, and you hear him fart. He's all, and it was really loud because it was in this like plastic thing, and the cat would run out really fast and like go meow. Like it's kind of funny. Yes, they kept doing it and showing it. It was really funny. Stink boxing the crap out of the cat, but yeah. Anyway, well, hey, Jewish redneck prepper. How you doing? Cheers to you. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. Thanks, guys, everyone. Thanks, Bumpy. And if you guys want to show up, the links in there. If you'd like to hang out with us in the back here and have some beers or whatever you want to do, smoke some pot. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. All right, we're out of here. Let me just find everything. Oh, we're not out of here though yet. You guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from in this beautiful world, but not after one more sip if you've got it. Cheers. I love beer and cheese. Cheers, cheers, cheers.